almost us. Why didn't you bring your harmonica?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good
and welcome
evening,
again
Amanda, also.
to the fun show
He's
here
hiding behind the camera.
at BIG, Brookline Interactive Group Television here in Brookline. It's November 24th. This is the fun show. The usual suspects are gathered around the desk, although it's beginning to look like my living room at the end of the Sunday newspaper here.
This is wallpaper and newspaper together. You know,
Yes.
we were going to paper the studio when we finished.
Did you throw the rest of your Sunday paper out?
Yes.
That's too bad.
But I had three Sunday papers.
I needed to ask you for the Black Friday store flyers.
Oh,
You know?
I've got them. I got my tent out already.
Yeah?
I'm going over there.
How come you're not already there now? Because I hear that there's people already in line
There were
right
people
now.
Yeah,
like
they
last
are in
week
line. They
at
got
places
tents
such
and
as-
That's
heaters
just
and
insane.
everything.
People need lives. They really need
Yeah, I want to
lives.
go over there and get something. I'd like to go. Okay.
I think it becomes, it's almost like the,
What are you going to get? A new
like the
keyboard?
concert, behind a concert.
I could get. I need a new keyboard, but people are telling me we love the fact that
the keyboard's not
piano
there?
is broken.
But if you brought your harmonica, it would be a happy
Yeah, I got it
ground there.
someplace, but I don't know where.
I was waiting for it. I'm a little
Oh,
disappointed.
I was going to.
Well, in passing, I will mention that the Harvards and the Yaleys had themselves a very interesting football game with a big turnout with national television there. And
you were there.
And I was not there.
Why
I was
not?
not
You
there.
said you were going to be there.
No, I sat at home and watched it on television.
Because you
It
didn't
was
want
on-
to get pneumonia.
No,
it
because I
cold?
didn't renew my season tickets this year. But it went.
Whatever.
I told everybody, my neighbor who's on the
You
show.
told him I
every
was there,
week.
right?
Yeah, the star of the show with Kiera is in ascendance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
A star.
Yes.
Anyways,
The other two stars are in decline.
I've been
Now,
down.
now.
I've been down
Did
in
you
the
tell
cellar
everyone
for
the date?
years. Anyways, all right. Well, go ahead.
Anyway, it was a very
It was a
interesting
great, and the
game.
Pats
and-
won also.
And the Pats did very, very
Yeah.
well.
Thank
They
goodness.
they played, in a sense, pretty much the same kind of game, which they've done
You
recently.
like football?
And MIT,
I like Tom Brady.
MIT won as well.
MIT is terrific.
MIT won. They were undefeated this year.
And that lazy bunch of undergrads at BU doesn't want a football team, so John
No,
Silver
it
said,
wasn't-
okay.
It wasn't the
Save us a lot
undergrads.
of money.
It was Silver.
Silver, I asked him about this. He maintained it was the undergraduates wouldn't support the team. And I went to some of those second period things.
Is that the only time in your life you believed anything John Silver said?
The guy delivers the gospel for me all the time. All right? Okay. Now, wait a minute. You had another thing you wanted to talk about.
Well, we have to confirm today. What's the date?
The 24th, I said
Okay.
that.
Did you? Because I couldn't remember if you did or not.
Today
I
is
was
the 24th.
Yeah, it is.
November 24th.
Because Thanksgiving's in a few days.
I thought it was the 25th. I've been signing everything on the 25th.
Oh, no.
Sorry about that, sir.
What
Truth
is
comes out.
Unless my watch
Everybody
is wrong.
disregard this moment. No, it's the 24th.
I don't. You say it's the 24th.
It is definitely the 24th.
Well, you're head of the office there. If you don't know,
If it's-
I would have been in trouble if
all
I
right,
didn't know.
go ahead.
If it's not the
Okay.
24th, the voice of God from the control room will inform us.
Exactly.
All right,
we
go
would have
ahead.
already heard.
I mean, they like to tell me when I'm wrong. So
I think it's their favorite thing. So we would have already.
Go ahead.
We've just
Thank
received
you.
confirmation
Yeah,
that it is in
thank you.
fact the 24th.
It is the
You want me to
24th.
talk about
the
the snow?
Archangel Doug just confirmed it was the 24th.
I
You-
refer to him as God, but you can call him an archangel.
God is all
That's
right.
a nice
okay.
one. You know?
Well, he belongs to the family, the crowd up there. Okay. Go ahead.
No, I wanted to talk about the snow,
Buffalo.
That
Shuffle off to
engulfed-
Buffalo.
Buffalo,
Yeah.
and then
Well, they got
they're
8
talking
feet
about
of snow. What's wrong?
the flooding that's coming.
They spend all year worrying about the snow they're going to get, and they keep preparing. They got enough rations there for the whole Iraqi army to eat for a month.
Well, the strangest
think
thing
so?
is that they have 7.5 feet of snow in
Okay.
places there, and a half mile away they have none.
Yep,
None at all.
Okay, so what's going to happen?
it's going to melt and it's going to flood and it's going to be a disaster. It's
okay.
going to
Before
be
that,
Lake
there's
Buffalo.
going to be rain.
Oh yes, you're right.
Rain, which
The
is
combination of the
even
melting
worse.
and the rain.
Lake Buffalo.
Lake
Buffalo.
Buffalo. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They had to move. They had to move the Buffalo football game to Detroit,
Wow.
and they're giving the tickets away free. They're playing in Detroit tonight and giving the tickets away.
I believe it. Detroit needs all the business they can get.
They moved the Sabres game. I mean, here's a game that's played on ice, and they had too much snow to play that game.
That's crazy.
I'm going to bring up something that
What?
I find to be vitally important.
Okay.
A naked man falling through the bathroom ceiling at Logan Airport.
The women's bathroom, for
This
that
is
matter.
crazy.
The women's bathroom.
He was up to no good. Why? There's no way. Here. What does that say?
Yeah, there
I
it
did
is.
hear something about that.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, but he
And
was
then-
he was going
Wait
to
a
do
minute, he
it.
wasn't through.
And then he went out and he attacked an 85-year-old man.
Yeah, they had a big fight, and he
now
sent him to
charged-
the hospital.
He's now charged
Really?
with attempted murder.
Well, it says kidnap thwarted in second incident. So this is a separate incident.
That's another incident. Yeah.
Okay, so this was two different naked men
it was
falling
a-
out of ceilings. I
I
don't
don't
get
know,
this.
but all I know is he was running around. What's a naked guy doing up there in the?
I
the
can't-
crawl
I
space
can't
up-
quite figure that out. But obviously he hadn't thought it through very much.
No,
'cause
he did not.
Any grown man who thinks that the suspended ceiling tiles in the suspended ceiling are going to hold him
Well, that
is,
Clearly not.
pardon the expression, nuts.
nuts.
Yeah, just a smidge.
Yeah.
Oh, and his name was Anton Hilton. That was his name. He
really?
was 52 from Roxbury. He was charged with assault on an unidentified 20-year-old female.
That was her.
That
Then-
was
then
the
he turned-
woman who was in the bathroom.
Yeah.
yes.
Then he came running out naked, and he had a big fight with the other guy, the
Just-
old man.
You wonder if it's drugs.
And this
you think
is
it was
in-
drugs?
this
Oh,
I think
young
it was
compared
drugs.
to
This
me.
is in the middle of the day in a place that's supposed to have the most security,
Security.
anywhere around.
Well, that's the reason I find this to be so fascinating.
What is this? Is this being protected by the Secret Service along with the White House
Mel
or
Gibson,
something?
who makes these movies about these airports, he could have
No,
been
no, that
in,
was
this,
Bruce-
in this. He
that
would have
was
loved
Bruce
this part.
Willis.
You
What?
sure? Yeah, 'cause
Bruce
I don't-
Willis.
I didn't think
Oh,
Mel
Bruce.
Gibson did
Oh,
a
okay. It's
airplane
Bruce
movie.
Willis too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he
Bruce
could have
Willis.
climbed up through the ceiling from the men's room and crawled over to the women's
No,
room.
he didn't. He went in the women's room, took off his clothes, and climbed into the ceiling.
That's how he did that?
Yes.
Must have been cold
I
up
just don't
there. It was that was
understand
cold
that.
weather when this happened.
Ah,
He was on drugs. It had
It's a
to be
heated
drugs.
building.
Oh,
he,
yeah.
didn't, he didn't feel
Or he
the
had
cold.
100,
had to be drugs.
Yeah, he
100
didn't
proof.
feel the cold.
Speaking of
Something.
which, unfortunately, that reminds me to note the passing of Marion Barry,
Ba-
Washington, D.C.'s much, much beloved crack-smoking mayor. Long
Much
before
beloved.
long before Toronto had a famous
We
crack-smoking
had a
mayor,
mayor up there,
Washington
Ford.
had a famous crack.
Boy, he's no longer in office anymore either.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because
How did he die?
who,
Wait a minute.
Marion Barry,
Marion Barry served
natural
4 terms.
causes. He was.
Yeah, he had a heart attack.
he was like
You
78.
sure it was natural?
Yeah, he was
Well,
like
that's what
Sure he
78
wasn't
years old.
smoking crack in
No,
78
no, he
years?
was
Hadn't
all right.
smoked crack for quite a while,
How
but
do you know?
well, he
Well, you-
apparently hadn't. He was much beloved and much followed, and
I liked
it
him.
would have made the newspapers if he'd been caught.
My
Gotcha.
son lives
Didn't smoke
down
crack.
in D.C., and he thought this guy got things done and got on good
No,
with
he
it.
was really loved by his
Congress, yeah.
constituents.
He was
you know.
relatable.
He happened
Must
to
have
be
been
a pretty
relatable.
darn good public official.
So-
okay, they talked about some corruption and things.
But
and
the-
Ah, you know what's a little
But
corruption,
Ford had better press. Now the Canadians, they do things a little
he
differently
took
from
money
us.
to get reelected. That's all.
The
I'm serious.
The Canadians hold an election and then they change the office holders like within a week. When as soon as they certify the election, the old guy's out and the new guy's in. You know, we
It's
hold
not the old
an
bait
election.
and switch.
No, we hold an election and nothing changes for 2 months.
Okay.
You know, because we hold an election and then it changes the following January.
We don't hear anything about the former governor who was on the take for Obama's seat in Senate seat. Remember, he
Was
was
that
going
a
to
long
sell
time
it?
ago?
The
That was
governor?
forever ago.
Your favorite name?
What's his name?
You've forgotten your
I can't
favorite name.
remember.
You only remembered him because of his name. Blagodovich.
Blagodovich.
You sure
Like
that's how you pronounce
yeah,
it?
we never hear of him. He went to Las Vegas and did stand up, and they booed him. They did. This guy.
Poor guy.
Well, his wife wanted to make.
I don't know why he didn't go to Stanford in due time.
There you have it.
Well, son of things.
He couldn't
Anyway,
couldn't tap dance. If you want to know the
Now-
truth. Okay.
another thing that has me
Okay.
curious about things is What the heck is the name of this building they've just finished in New York? Is it Freedom Tower or is it One World Trade Center?
I think it's going to be One World Trade Center.
I think it's going to be One
I
World
think it's
Trade
gonna be
Every
One
other
World Trade
story,
Center.
they changed the name of it.
What about?
But it may be one empty building if they don't get
That
things
was
right.
clever.
Because apparently now that people have started to move in, they're a little concerned about the huge population of rats that live there.
Disturbing.
The editor of Vogue magazine, and it is without any shame at all that I admit I don't remember what her name is.
Okay, all right.
Winokur or
clear.
something. She has refused to move into her new offices at One World Trade Center until they get rid of the rats.
Oh, that's
I think that's a valid concern.
yeah, okay.
I mean, I think it's cool that New York rats are so well educated that they're moving into absolutely
But the
brand fresh
Rockefe-
new buildings.
The
Exactly.
Rockefellers
Right. And they-
are moving out of one Rockefeller place. Nobody's
Yeah.
complaining, and
Why are they moving out?
they just want a smaller place, and they get more money from the.
Their rent.
That's what
Got
they
it.
said.
Isn't this where NBC is headquartered?
And the Rockefellers, no, they need the money badly. That's part of all this.
Really?
Yeah, they got a.
Incidentally, one of the things that really, really frosted my patooties watching the Harvard-Yale game,
Patooties?
Frosted them.
the Koch brothers were advertising.
Good. On a balloon?
No, they were advertising. They were running commercials on the television, on the broadcast.
Oh.
What wonderful people they were.
They are wonderful people. Why not?
Come on, don't joke about it anymore.
Well, I mean, it's serious.
These people are polluting the earth and killing our children, and you joke about it.
I
Can't
joke
joke
about
about
it
it.
because I find it very,
Amusing?
yes. Yeah, it's whimsical. I mean,
My.
why?
That's his hot button
These guys
issue.
got
Let's
billions.
not go there again.
These guys got billions.
And they don't want to pay any taxes.
So that's funny, I think.
And
this guy asked me, "Why do you call it the fun show?" Adrian
'Cause we have
asked
fun.
me. Yeah,
'Cause we
well, I
have fun.
told him I make fun of
I mean,
everything.
there was
I
a big thing on 60 Minutes
I think his
about
hair stood on end a moment ago, though.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, that's funny.
There's 60 Minutes had a big thing about all the infrastructure that's falling apart in the United States. There's a big bridge in Pittsburgh that they've built a platform under to protect the cars driving under it from the falling cement and stuff. And apparently we haven't raised the gas tax in like 30 years, and the trust fund is going broke, and everybody agrees that the railroads are falling apart, the bridges are falling apart, the roads are falling apart. It's damaging our economy, it's damaging our international competitiveness, and they all agree, even the Republicans agree, but nobody will suggest where one penny to fix it will come from.
Wait a minute. If you get into an automobile accident, a bad one, those things don't inflate that you got inside the car. And if they do,
You're
your
talking about
head
an
could
airbag?
be- you could have your head chopped off or something.
The airbags are exploding.
Yeah,
made by a
Takata
particular-
company builds them for everybody, and all the in Japan.
Well,
you got that
actually,
paper there.
Somewhere around here.
Actually, apparently, they build them in Mexico, as a matter of fact.
They designed them in Japan, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But they build them
you
in
give
Mexico.
me that, okay.
Yes. No, it's a
Thanks.
Japanese company, but they build them. And when
I think I'll get a bicycle. I don't know.
they're
Probably a
detonating,
good idea.
they're detonating these things with essentially the same stuff that they blew up the Oklahoma City federal building with. They have this explosive in there, and apparently it's fracturing the canister and sending shrapnel back into
All right,
the driver's
let me
face.
ask you guys a serious question
disturbing.
now. With all these cars being recalled, millions every day, more
yes,
and more,
yes.
why isn't there less traffic on the roads?
Because nobody's paying any attention
No.
to the recall.
Who has time? You don't have any time to go.
See, that's it. People aren't paying attention, and
Yep.
they say that's
No
right.
time, no
Okay.
attention.
All right.
So are
Now,
you guys
the
going
thing is,
shopping
if
on
you
Black
have-
Friday? I want to know this. I
What?
need to know this. Are you guys going shopping
Ah,
on
yeah.
Black Friday?
Well, unless I get a flyer from Mike and find out where there's a bargain I want.
How did you not save the Black Friday flyer for him?
I
Because I didn't ask him. For one
I
thing.
got it at home. I'll cut it out and send it off.
What are
Put
you
it
in
in
the
your
market
mailbox.
for?
What I really want is I want Home Depot.
You want Home Depot? Okay. What are you gonna get at
That's
Home
where I'm
Depot?
going. They got this machine there that my wife wants.
Oh, yeah?
For what?
Yeah, I can't tell you what it is because you might get
Okay.
it. And everybody out there that's listening,
Oh,
Okay,
there's
they
the other
might
two
get it.
people that will get
The other
this.
two
There's
people are
only
gonna
two
get
at
it.
the place.
Yeah, no, the
No,
people that are
two
watching.
listening.
What I want,
The polar bear's watching. He could use
what
this.
I want is Christmas decorating garland for the Shirley Eustace house.
garlic. What about garlic?
No
Garland.
no garlic. You know me,
Garland.
no garlic.
Okay.
No, but they've had garland
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, I
pine
know,
bough.
I know.
Yeah.
on sale the last 3 years on Black Friday.
So you better get there like
That's-
6 o'clock when they open.
That's the Irish. Well, they can't open at 6 p.m. in Massachusetts.
6 a.m.
No, they probably will open around midnight or something.
Well, we got to stop
They're-
anyway.
They're opening at very early hours across the country.
I'm
but-
going.
But they can't
At
do it
midnight?
in Massachusetts because our blue laws still say you can't open on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So-
I'm wheeling Reenie there in a wheelchair.
You
And
are,
then
huh?
we're going to cook in a tent. I talked to this guy that has a tent.
I look at my
Sounds like
watch
fun.
and I realize that they must have released the grand jury finding in Ferguson, Missouri while we were
You're
here,
waiting
and
for
I don't know what it
explosions
is.
and
You don't know the
everything.
answer?
People yelling.
If you had a phone, you could just Google it. Somebody's Googling it right now to get this
Yeah, okay.
information.
Google.
Google it.
Google eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the BIG Unrehearsed Thespian Society's presentation for today from deep in the vault.
This is very
Deep in the vault.
This is pretty
As
far
a matter
down.
of fact, we ask you specifically to dial your consciousness back to 2005 and put yourself in context for
You hear
this
this script, you're going to need to be in context.
for this
Yeah.
presentation entitled Beneficial.
Beneficial.
How is everybody?
Well, why are you always so upbeat?
It's feel good time.
Yeah, but why does she have to pick on us?
Just a friendly greeting.
Well, I'm fine, but who knows?
The last physical wasn't good. The doctor's diagnosis?
He's fine.
I might be.
You look okay to me.
How's your job?
Do you either of you guys really care?
Well, is it serious?
You've been fired and you're sick over it. That's what it is.
And what if I was?
How can we help?
Well, you ever consider maybe I just look like Joe?
What's this?
You've changed your identity?
Well, if the doctor's wrong if I'm someone else.
That's nonsense.
I can't be laid off if I'm a different person.
Well, you look the same to me.
Uh-huh. But that's your perception.
You're still Joe.
I don't think so.
You can't just stop being you.
Why? Is it against the law?
What's troubling you, Joe?
He is.
Who?
Joe.
But that's you.
I used to be Joe before downsizing.
Oh, boy. Everybody has ups and downs.
Now I've changed.
The transformation is incomplete.
I am now Ramon.
What's the gag here?
I just want to be someone else.
But you don't speak Spanish.
Ramon Ingersoll.
You're starting a new life.
Well, I'm going to be a day trader in precious metals.
And that requires capital.
Maybe I'll go back to law school.
That's bizarre.
Real estate? Sell your condo?
I would, but I don't own it.
He could become homeless.
I've got a spare room.
You know, I always wanted to run a movie house.
You can't live there.
What, a cot in the projection room? I could have popcorn whenever I want.
This is 2005. We're fighting in Iraq.
And maybe Afghanistan. No, Joe's a film fanatic. Okay.
I assure you a metamorphosis is taking place.
I don't believe this.
Well, perhaps a therapist is doing.
I'm not becoming an insect.
But you owe on 2 traffic tickets.
The cops come looking for you.
No, for him.
What happened to you?
Ask Ramon Ingersoll.
So what about it, Ramon?
He is completely innocent.
But he knows you.
Ridiculous. I've never met him.
Yes, but we know you.
You'll have to find Ramon first.
Who did the police arrest?
Him?
So he became you.
Actually, I was there when they knocked.
Let's go to dinner, even if you are ill.
Well, I don't like loose ends.
He was handcuffed. They were strict constructionists.
You were powerless to help?
Oh, no, I tried to intervene.
So you were both taken into custody.
No, he was released.
They forgot to read him his rights.
Miranda again.
No, Ramon got lucky.
Why don't we visit a fruit stand?
That's not funny.
He asked to take his medication,
But you had the wrong pill?
Which the gendarmes didn't realize.
and then he had to have his stomach pumped at the ER.
That killed my appetite.
How's he doing?
Should I know?
At least we can send flowers.
He's been sent home.
Where's that?
Well, his building was taken by eminent domain.
So you're taking him in.
Oh, no. We both live in the homeless shelter.
Perhaps you'll get to know him.
I'm beginning to feel concerned for all of us.
Don't worry, Ramon hit the lottery.
He'll need to identify himself.
It's all right, I gave him your Social Security card.
Without permission, of course.
Don't like that, Joe.
Ramon needs it to collect the money,
But it's my card.
but it's his ticket.
We'll accompany him.
Oh, don't worry, he likes us.
Well, I don't trust him.
You believe this rubbish?
What about our share?
Too late. He already left for Brazil.
You mean
Tonight, the pizza is on me.
Yeah, Ramon's Last Supper.
Blackout.
I don't know that they ever make any
We had
sense.
we had a
You're a little
we had a
still there.
we had a buffalo in the middle of the show there.
Yes, we did.
A small lake buffalo here.
Okay. A small lake buffalo. Okay.
You didn't have any sugar in your tea, did you?
I hate to tell you
Okay,
guys,
then it won't be sticky.
but in Madagascar, the plague that goes back to the Middle Ages,
Madagascar.
yes, there's an outbreak that killed, I'm not joking, 40 people. The World Health Organization reported this Friday.
The world famous bubonic plague?
That's, about rats and fleas.
I was talking about rats.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
there'll be
yeah.
plague at One World Trade
so
Center.
this is serious stuff. Of
course it is.
Well,
Okay.
it's so serious, you should make fun of it.
No,
See
no,
how
we're
he
not.
likes
No,
it.
no.
See how he likes it,
No,
you
we're
know?
not making fun of this.
No, I think you
Ebola,
should. You should
we're not
come out
making fun
swinging.
of, either. I don't know if it's worse or better or what. Ebola. Do you guys know?
I think probably Ebola more or less has a higher fatality rate.
Does
It's
it
very
spread?
interesting. All the people who get treated here, we've had, what, 2 died?
Yes.
We've had 2 die over here, and all the rest seem to get better in a couple of weeks and get sent home and arrive on television. Do you think, however, the 2 that died were, as I recall, the only 2
African Americans.
who
Really?
died
Yeah.
from it.
In this country.
And it makes me wonder, and there's been no writing about it, but it makes me wonder
You're afraid
whether
that it'd be
Ebola affects
Ferguson again.
Them
Africans more than
Yeah.
Caucasians,
Yeah. Okay. Well.
more severely.
No, it might be something.
Well, I mean, we have.
I mean,
you
it's
know,
a logical
we have
thing
like
to think
sickle
about.
cell anemia
Exactly.
and stuff like that.
I wanted to bring something
Did you
up.
tap me for a reason?
Yeah, but I can't remember why.
I'm sorry.
thank you.
He had to finish. So
Because she's cute.
I know,
that's
but
why.
I just, I gave it, yeah.
Bubonic
thanks.
plague.
No, I can't
What
remember.
what
No,
island was it that it was on?
I can't remember. Well, it'll
Okay.
come back to me. It's a senior moment.
Yeah, but it'll come back to you on Tuesday.
yes,
Well,
and then
it's
we
not-
won't know
it's
what
not
you're
bad.
talking about.
Tuesday
It'll
isn't
be one of
bad.
those
What are your
non
Thanksgiving
sequiturs that.
plans?
What?
What are your Thanksgiving plans?
was a
Well,
good
I
question.
eat Thanksgiving things,
Eat Thanksgiving stuff.
Wait a minute,
Right.
there was
You're
a
gonna eat with
menu in the paper, and there wasn't any turkey in the menu that
Really?
they had the first Thanksgiving dinner. They had everything else, but they had snails and eels and
Yeah, well, venison.
Okay.
Venison.
Maybe turkey
Venison,
wasn't a part
yeah.
of the first
Well, let me-
Thanksgiving
let me
dinner. then.
assure
No,
you-
a turkey is a vulture. It's
It's
a
a-
dirty bird. I don't know.
Let me
Then-
assure
Okay.
you,
Yeah.
as a
And they
descendant
couldn't
of
shoot one anyways. They didn't have any ammunition.
as a descendant of 23 passages
jump on 'em
on
and
the
snap their
Mayflower,
necks.
Yeah.
let me assure you that they did in fact have turkey, and let me assure you that nobody knows
But you weren't
what
there.
they had.
You weren't
Exactly.
there. How could you know? Assure us.
Exactly.
My mother was there. She told me.
I was waiting for that.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
So, well, okay, wait. What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm going to go to my niece, cousin invited us.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Do you have to
What?
go far?
No, it isn't far because I
Okay.
wouldn't go. I have this dirigible out and back. It's and it's not even bad. I have enough helium
I
to
thought
get
maybe,
us over.
I thought
Okay,
maybe
this
you
is
had
good.
one of those
Little pedals.
maybe you had one of those delivery drones
And
from
my,
Amazon.
There you
my
go.
cousin has a gun, a
those
BB
things.
gun. He's going to go outside and shoot it down. He says when he sees us coming.
The dirigible.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think he'd let you roll up on him.
Maybe
He
would.
wouldn't
Where are you
have
going?
He
I
wouldn't
don't
have wouldn't have invited you.
You know they want
what are
to.
you
They
doing?
want to reinvent. They want to
wanna know.
restore. They want to restore these dirigibles and start, instead of trucks and trains and everything else, and great big carrier ships with all those carriers
Well,
on the back.
actually-
They want to put them in that and ship them across the
What's
country.
the difference between a dirigible and a blimp?
Well, the blimp it doesn't have all the infrastructure inside.
I think he's just making that up.
A blimp.
Oh.
A blimp
Yeah.
is a big bag of
Yeah, big bag.
Helium.
of helium
Yeah.
with a gondola attached to it. A dirigible is a rigid
rigid
framed
frame.
airship full of hydrogen.
Dirigible.
Look at
Okay.
this.
Full of hydrogen.
all this
which makes it
information.
exceedingly dangerous.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
but
stay
now
out
it
of there.
would be filled with helium now, because our guys are going to build it. They said
It would be.
in the
but
next
thing
four,
is,
it said
I'm not
4 years from now they're going to have one. They're
I'm
gonna,
not sure
Okay.
helium has enough lifting power to lift a rigid framed airship, but maybe it does, and
Maybe
they
it
would
does.
know better than I.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I was just about to
Okay,
throw
I just
that
wanted
in.
to
What
make
are
sure
you
we're going to
doing
run
this
out.
year?
He's got to answer
This
first.
year, Thanksgiving is at my daughter's house, and due to some technical problems, their church is not able to have their traditional Thanksgiving, so my daughter has invited her church
1,200.
members who don't have another place to go to join in. So we're
Nice.
not quite sure how many people are going to be there.
Like 50,
327.
You know.
So I did an interesting thing. I went to the store today and I got 6 extra turkey legs. So we're going to have one of those 8-legged turkeys.
I would have bought 6 turkeys.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say I bought 6
I
turkeys.
can't cook 6 turkeys.
You take them outside, and you
Yeah.
put them on the machine, and bing, they're
Oh, you believe in deep frying?
Yeah, those are the
Whatever
best.
it
I don't
is,
eat meat anymore,
they're
and
not
a turkey
bad.
deep
I had
fried
a
is
guy
the
that ate
best.
it, and he said it was
It's
terrific.
amazing. There's
I ate
no
a smoked
better way to
turkey
eat
with a
turkey
piece
than-
of it.
I was
liked it.
talking to the
Came through the mail.
I was talking to the meat manager at the supermarket today, and I'm not
My son
advertising.
said 3.
I'm not
Smoked
advertising a
turkey.
supermarket,
The
but
turkey was smoking when
I noticed that. Do you notice that in the last year or year and a half, the price of meat, you'll feel good about this.
Okay.
The price of meat has been escalating so fast you can't keep up with it. Every time you go to the store, it's higher and higher. I mean, like these.
I'm a
center
vegan
cut
myself.
little-
I
you
knew
are,
this
right.
about you.
Yeah, sure you are. Sure you are.
That cookie you ate earlier
Yeah,
didn't
go
look
ahead.
vegan.
All right,
He
I'm
thinks
going
that-
skiing for
Go
Thanksgiving.
ahead. So
Anybody
what were you
wants
going to
know.
say? You don't eat meat.
We're out of time.
eat
You
meat.
know
No,
what
we're
his-
not.
You know what his, you
Yes,
know
we
what
are.
his
You
saying
got to
he's
get
a
the meat
vegan
on
is?
there. Come on.
What?
His saying he's a vegan means that he was in World War II. But
Yeah.
sorry. Anyway, it's getting so
Potato
expensive.
peeling soup
I
and
used to eat
cabbage
beef
leaves.
That's the
5
best.
days a week, and I probably eat it every other week now. But why is my reaction not the common reaction, and why hasn't that driven down demand and therefore driven down the price?
Well, I
don't
like
know.
it.
Did we
I
have
like
to say
meat.
goodnight to Irene because
What's
it was
wrong?
women that left?
Yeah.
45 seconds. Good night.
Good night,
Irene.
Irene.
Good
night,
night, Irene.
Wah, wah, wah.
Irene, good night. Irene, good night. We'll see you in our dreams. We need the piano back.
Or the
Anyway,
harmonica.
Rainey is home, so good night, Irene. Good night,
Good night,
everybody.
everyone.
And she ain't
From the
making
fun
a
show
turkey
here at
either.
BIG.
Okay, Amy
We'll
made
see you.
a turkey. Okay.
We'll see
Happy
you next
Thanksgiving.
week without Kiera.
Right.
Have a happy birthday. Enjoy yourself. Don't eat too much.
And that
match?
includes you,
To match.
Amanda, too.